wanted to talk a minute or reflect maybe on for myself on a Bible study or a Bible reading that I did this morning in my morning prayer. We are reading in the book of Luke, I believe, when before Jesus was born, when Elizabeth, Mary's cousin, and Zechariah, her husband, were upright in the Lord, it says, but they were barren. They couldn't have kids. And how at that time, if you couldn't have kids, that was like a stigma against you. You were kind of like an outcast. People looked down upon you because you couldn't have kids. And if you don't know the story, they were supposed to be in their 80s, very old. And then Zechariah he was a priest, and he went to serve in the temple whenever was his time to serve. And the angel Gabriel came to him and told him that they were going to have a son, and he doubted it because his wife was old. And he said, "What do you mean? How can we have kids when we're old?" And the angel said, "Well, this is going to come to pass, but because you didn't believe it, you will be mute, not unable to speak until it happens." And so that's what happened. And the prayer asks you to reflect on how they must have felt, Elizabeth and Zechariah, and then the hope that the angel's message brought to them. And then it asks you to feel where you feel hope, and where in your body do you feel hope? And then you were supposed to touch that part of your body. For me, it's my chest, I think. Like the Grinch, like his heart growing. That's where my hope grows. That's where my hope lies. And you touch that part of your body and feel that hope rising. I love that so much. Like, I'm starting to cry. Every time I talk about anything that I consider important or even not important, I cry. I'm a crier. If I have to go ask the principal, can I have a jeans day? Because I really need a jeans day. I start to cry. So I'm a crier. But I just thought that was beautiful. And I think that's a really good thing to know where your hope comes from and be able to find it when you don't have it. So hopefully I will find my hope in teaching and my hope in the future of humanity with these children who are a little crazy. And I'll get that back in January. That's my hope. All right. Preaching time is over. But it really meant something to me, and I hope it means something to you. All right. I think I'm going to go in. I am going to work on that darn slipper I've been working on forever, see if I can get it finished, and I will see you later. Ding dong, carol on the bells, bells now do not tarry, ring out some of the Noel, the baby born of Mary. Hello, once again. Where am I? In my car. My son had an appointment, and so I am taking him, and I thought I would catch up with you. But this vlogging is hard. This is a lot of work to come up with stuff, especially when you get home and you just want to go to bed, which has been my thing. But I feel full of energy right now because this is the day before Christmas break. So one more day and it's theoretically a half day. Although all of a sudden our work is giving us excuse me, like you have to get this done and this done and this done before you can go. I don't like that last minute stuff. I have to show you, I'm sitting outside of a church in a parking lot, and there is a bush just on the other side of the car, I guess. And it is, everything, you know, is yellow and brown and faded green. And then there's this bush and it's bright green with red, I guess, berries. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, you hear about that in songs. The holly and the ivy. I'm sure it talks about something red and green in there, but I've never seen it. So it's pretty cool. I'll have to take a picture, maybe. My window is not very clean, so well, we'll see. I am working on my second slipper. So I finished my first one. It has, okay, that twin stitch thing, I think it made holes because I didn't do it right. I had to patch up a whole bunch of holes, and I was really proud. And then, what is that? And what is that? Like little Franken slippers. So these slippers are the most comfortable thing you could ever wear. Joe's, what is it? Joe's favorite slipper, Joe's special slipper. They're so comfortable, but they look bizarre. Like looking at it, that heel looks really weird, but I put it on my foot to see, and they're so good. And this is the best. This is the third slipper I've made, or I've made 2 pairs of slippers before. This is the third one. This is the best cuff I've ever done. Like, it was so good. I didn't have to, usually I have to redo it, but I didn't have to. I'm so sorry. I can't get over this cold or whatever it is. So today, let me see. I mean, you probably don't care what I did at school, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. I teach middle school orchestra in the Dallas, Texas area. And we played for the last time in 2023 as a group yesterday. So the kids all were taking their instruments home. And today we played games. So in the morning classes, I see the morning classes today and tomorrow. But the afternoon classes, this was the last day I was going to see them. And so for the morning classes, we played bingo. I have, we were doing rhythm bingo. So I clap out rhythms and they have to find the appropriate rhythm, depending on what, level of rhythm they're working on. So that was fun because it kept them kind of quiet. And then I gave prizes, candy prizes for the morning classes. And then the afternoon classes, any class that played bingo, I had 2 classes play bingo and 1 class played different games. They got, I had brought chips and the mini Cokes for prizes for kids who have maxed out levels in the semester-long game we've been playing. I read the book, what book was it? Explore Like a Pirate by I want to say it's Michael Meehan, but I don't know. That sounds weird. So anyway, look it up. Explore Like a Pirate. Maybe I'll link it, but probably I won't. And over the summer, and it talked about like just playing games with the kids and they're still learning. And so I've been doing that, and the kids have been having to accomplish various tasks, and that gets them experience points, and they get items, look like cute little Pokemon cards, that help them get more experience points and help them fight boss battles. So we've been doing that. And then the kids that maxed out the game, they got chips and a drink. So anyway, I brought that for the kids. And then for my bingo prizes in the afternoon, to get them to play, because they were tired of like everything by then, but to get them to play the game, then I gave out, you could get a chip or a drink depending on if you won. And so they were happy to do that. It was really interesting because one class, my last period class, they are super cranky. Like, they're tired of school by the time they get to me. And they are the most emotional people I've ever met in my life. Like, hormones out the wazoo. And they come in and somebody wins a bingo. And if it's a kid they don't like, they're all upset that he won. And then maybe you can win again, because I let my kids win more than one time. Well, then they were upset. That's not fair if they get a prize again. And I just had to stop the game. And I said, hey, wait a minute. Whose game is this? Who's in charge? Me. Who bought all of these prizes? Me. So since it's my game, it's my rules. If I want to give out prizes to the same kid over and over again because he keeps winning, so be it. They're just so entitled. I don't like that. But, and then tomorrow, one class, we didn't even play games because they just wanted to sit and play on their computers. It's like they wanted to talk amongst themselves and sit and be quiet, which I love because they're never quiet. So I thought that was really good. And then one class, they played the games that we're going to play tomorrow because I wasn't seeing them. I won't be seeing them tomorrow. And we played, I made up all these weird rules. It was team games. Made up all these weird rules. My daughter came for that class, and so we played Would You Rather. And so, like, would you rather have hot chocolate or a glass of milk? And I told my daughter, Sarah, I said, pick your favorite answer before you see what they vote. And then the team that has the most of your favorite answer, they're the ones that win. Like, they get the point. It was just, I just said, look, this is the unfair game. It's random. And then I picked out 2 team captains. One of my team captains does not pay attention to a single thing. Like, brain cells not all fired up ever. And they weren't keeping points, but the rest of their team wouldn't take over. Like, they were just complaining. It was just really weird. It was very funny. I'm sure you didn't care about any about that, and I'm sorry. But I have to get it all out so I can then go home and enjoy being a normal person with my family. Oh, I made for my friends gifts at work, my teacher friends. I made fresh peach and orange bread with cinnamon streusel topping, and it tastes amazing. I mean, I'm not bragging on myself because I'm always amazed that anything that I make turns out. Like, that should not happen. But it was really, really good, and it's because I followed the recipe mostly. And I can't show the recipe, but if you email me, I'll be happy to share it with you. I can't show it here, but oh my gosh, it was so good. It was so good. It was so moist. And I've been watching the Great British Bake Off, and I just feel like I could take all those people down with my baking of this one bread. Oh, it's so good. And people were really happy. I heard that one teacher just sat in his office and took a spoon and ate the whole loaf of bread. It was a little mini loaf, but that made me really happy. My teacher buddy down the hall, she yells down the hall, it was so moist. So I'm happy. I guess that's it. That's all I got. Okay, I'll talk to you later. I just wanted to show this. Look, this is my yarn caddy. I can hang it from my gear shaft, and I can knit. If only I had, I forgot to take a picture of that bush. If only I had automatic driving so I could knit while I was driving. Wouldn't that be amazing? You can't see it very well, but here is the berries. I should have taken it earlier. It was so beautiful and bright. Oh well. Oh well. Let's look at the yarn caddy one more time. Oh, ignore all the, oh, it's dark. Ignore the mess on the floor. Look at that. I'm so clever. Be watching the news when I have accident. I'm just kidding. I won't knit and drive yet.